All right, let's dive into something really special today. We're going to explore this incredible creation story from the Fawn people of Dahomey. And trust me, it's way more than just a myth. It's a powerful blueprint for finding balance, something I think we could all use.
So let's just sit with this for a second. The story kicks off in this ancient primordial stillness. This one line, it just pulls you right in, doesn't it? It sets this incredibly mythic tone, inviting us into a space before anything even had a name. It's about as cosmic as it gets. So, first up, we're talking about the source before all. Yeah, you heard that right. We're starting with Nana Buluku, this being that exists before creation itself. It's a huge concept, so let's break it down.
Okay, so what's so fascinating about this? Well, it completely challenges how we usually categorize things. Nana Buluku isn't a he or a she. It's a being that just transcends that whole binary. It's the original source, this fullness so complete it hadn't even found a way to express itself yet. Wild, right?
And you might think, okay, solitude sounds lonely. But no, this wasn't loneliness like you or I would feel. It was more like a deep cosmic impulse. It's like the universe itself had its very first desire. Out of this total completeness came this need for what was inside to finally be expressed. And that is the moment creation starts to stir. So, from that first cosmic desire, what happens? Well, the divine twins are born. And this, my friends, brings us to the sun and the moon. This is the story of Mawu and Lisá. So here they are. You've got Mawu, the moon, who embodies this cool clarity and wisdom. And then you have Lisá, the sun, bringing all the heat and the power. But look at how they're presented. They're totally distinct but also perfectly balanced counterparts. You've got west and east, indigo and silver versus gold and crimson. Each one brings something absolutely essential to the party. Now, this is the crucial part. Mawu and Lisá, they aren't two separate gods competing with each other, not at all. Think of them as two expressions of one single divine principle. They are inseparable partners, and it's their relationship, that connection between them, that becomes the engine for all of creation. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? That little hyphen in Mawu-Lisá, it's not just punctuation, it is a massive cosmological statement. It's the sacred space where opposites meet, not to fight, but to create something more, something greater than either of them could ever be on their own. I mean, how cool is that? Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? What does this ancient story really teach us today? Because it's so much more than just a myth. It's a profound blueprint for balance, a cosmic philosophy that you and I can actually apply to our own lives. And this is where things get really interesting. Think about it. A lot of Western thought frames opposites as being in conflict, right? Light versus dark, good versus evil. But the Fawn tradition? Totally different. It sees opposites as completions. It's not about one dominating the other. It's about each one requiring the other to create wholeness. That is a radical, and I mean radical, shift in perspective. And the core principles here are so elegantly simple. First, difference isn't a mistake or a weakness. It's literally the design of the universe. Mawu's wisdom needs Lisá's power to actually do something, and Lisá's power needs Mawu's wisdom so it knows what to do. It all boils down to this fundamental truth. Nothing, and I mean nothing, stands alone. I absolutely love this metaphor. Think about pulling back a bowstring. That tension, it feels like it's about to break, right? But it's not conflict. It's the necessary, productive pressure you need to send that arrow flying. It totally reframes the idea of tension. It's not destructive, it's a creative force. And this is so important to get. This balance we're talking about isn't some static, frozen thing. It's a dance. It's alive. Just picture the sun and the moon, always in motion, always responding to each other, creating the rhythm of our days and nights. It's an active, ongoing practice. You have to keep dancing to maintain that equilibrium. Oh, right, so let's bring it home. Let's pull this ancient wisdom right into our modern world. How on earth does a story like this speak to the challenges we're facing today? Well, it turns out this myth is like a multi-layered toolkit. Theologically, it gives us a vision of the divine that's beyond any simple binary. Politically, it suggests that justice is balance. Psychologically, it shows us that our own self isn't just one thing, we contain multitudes. And as a community vision, it's a call to honor every single person's gifts. And check this out. It even gives us a model for what effective leadership looks like.
It's not about choosing between wisdom or power. No, it's a sequence. Step 1, start with Mabu's governing wisdom. Step 2, add Lisá's strength to actually make it happen. And the result? You get effective, sustainable creation. It's a real path forward.
And this next point is incredibly powerful, especially for today. The moon doesn't serve the sun. Mawu, the sacred feminine principle, is not ranked below Lisá. The myth is crystal clear. They are equal co-creators. So suppressing the feminine isn't just a social injustice. In this worldview, it's a cosmological disruption. It means your community is trying to build a future with only half its resources. How can that possibly work?
I mean, listen to this. This is such a profound piece of practical wisdom for all of us. Rest, that lunar Mawu phase, it isn't weakness. It's not quitting. It is the essential act of restoration that allows the work to continue. You have to honor the moon. If you don't, the sun will just consume itself. It'll burn out. Sound familiar? Okay, so this brings us to our final section. The big idea here is that the story of Mawu-Lisá isn't some dusty relic of the past. It's a living, breathing commission for our future. So if you take away one thing, let it be this. This creation story is not just about how the world began. It's an instruction manual for how the world must be continued. It tells us that creation isn't over. It's an ongoing project. And guess what? We are all co-creators. We've all been commissioned to continue the work.
The world we see today, that's not the final draft. Not by a long shot. A new world, a better, more just world, is always in the making. And that making? That's our job. That's the work of every single generation that gets it, that understands its commission in this great cosmic process.
And so that leaves us right here with this final, very powerful question for you. If the cosmos has commissioned all of us to continue what Mawu-Lisá began, this work of creating through balance and relationship, then what part are you going to play? What are you commissioned to build?